Alright, what is up, dudes and dudettes? We are today going to take a bit of a look at a game that came out this week. I've had time to play a little bit of, not as much as I would like, but that would be Forza Motorsport 7, which is a racing game on Xbox One and PC. We're looking at it on Xbox One today. Why? To be honest with you guys, because I think the Windows Store is complete fucking garbage. There's just too many issues with the Windows Store. I attempted the Forza Horizon 3, I think it was. They just had so many issues with the downloading. I attempted Resident Evil 7, again, too many issues with downloading, too many issues with content. I give up, I'm done with the Windows Store, so we're looking at this on Xbox. Just a little bit of history. I've been playing Forza since the very first one on the original Xbox. Forza is my racing game of choice. I have played others. I've played Project Cars. I have played Gran Turismo. Not since the start, but I think I played Gran Turismo 2, 3, and 4. Forza is just, in the past, has always been my go-to game. It's always been the one that I enjoy the most, and it's never been a question if a new Forza is coming out, I buy it. And 7 was no different. I bought this day one, and I've been playing off and on again as my time permits since. So we're going to go over quickly, hopefully quickly, what I like, what I don't like about it, and just show you guys a quick race, maybe something like that. What's new? What's new is a bit of a mixed bag, to be honest with you guys. So you got mods now, which I don't remember being in any other Forza, but my memory's not brilliant, so take that for what it is. Single player is divided by Forza driver cups. If we go in here now, you'll see, I'm still at the start. I've been doing mostly like single races and multi and stuff like that. You've got separate cups with separate events each, and it's following the basic principles of what Forza has always done. So you got Hot Hatch. You have to get a hatchback and race in a series of 4 races. You can see there. Road racing using historical muscle cars, open event, which is the Audi model, high-speed chase, whatever, limo bowling, which I've done, Gymkhana versus Ken Block, which I've done in a Focus. You know, the usual fare. Pick a car type, pick a class, and you race against AI. And that's pretty much standard. The only thing that I really despise that they've changed this year is, for example, you start off and you decide you want to do the Hot Hatch. Hot Hatch, and then the first car that they tell you is completely free. Pick a car. And for Hot Hatch, the 2016 Honda Civic Type R, it's a good starter base car, whatever. Let's just get in the car and I'll show you what I mean. This has always been part of the game in the past, just not to this effect. So you pick a car, and all the choices were directly right at Class C 500. I'm like, huh, that's strange. Well, it's because of a choice they decided to do this year, and alright, so I've not done anything myself to this car. This is exactly how it came from the car purchasing shop, you want to call it, whatever you want to call it, in Forza. It came as C500, and I thought that was a bit weird. Every car will do this, okay? And you're looking, and then you go into the tuning shop, and how come the default option is not what's equipped, and I've already got a street cooling, oil cooling system installed? Well, it's their new, it's their new thing that they decided to incorporate this year, which makes it more user-friendly, I guess. And I'm trying to find something else that came default installed. This might not be the best. Oh, there you go. Roll bars came default. I didn't have to do that. It was just there. It's their new like attempt to very much noobify the game, make it super easy, super accessible, super friendly. Forza has never been a pure simulation game, but Forza has always been simulation-ish, simulation light, whatever you want to call it. This year, they've made it very, very, very noob-friendly. If, for example, let's just go here and I'll show you. For example, this year, putting in your driver assists gives you no net reward. Every single other Forza since the very first one, depending on your assists, has given you, the less assists you use, the more points, more rewards you would get. This is no longer the case at all with Forza. You can drive the same race with everything off or everything to the max, and you will get the exact same reward. I don't know how you feel about this. To me, it's just making it way too accessible, and I don't know how that translates to online yet. I haven't investigated that much, but to me, that's just dumbing the game down to a point where I feel like I'm playing Need for Speed Forza Edition. You'll also notice the graphics. That's another thing that, to me, anyway, I'm not seeing a big difference. I'm really not seeing a big difference from Forza 6, at least. Forza 5 might be a bit too far for me to remember. What you will actually get extra rewards for this time around is equipping what they call mods. So, for example, you get a mod here that says you'll get plus 40% credits if you only use the cockpit cam the entire race. An uncommon card, if I use cockpit cam, I'll get 30%. And I think you can stack these. Now, cards also have a limited amount of use that you can kind of see there at the bottom of the card. It says uses. Some of them are single use, some of them are 3 uses. It's different things. So like this one, for example, if I only use the braking line and I stay on the track for a full lap, I'll get a bonus. It's all stuff like this, basically. This is where the removing the assists will get you a little bit of bonus. So you can see here, if I do a race with all my mods equipped, I'll get 120% credits, and I'll get 750 bonus XP for using these mods. Mods are acquired, and that's another thing I'm going to get into. The loading times are not fantastic. How you acquire the mods? You acquire the mods with prize crates. How do you get prize crates? They're not, as far as I can see, awarded for completion or leveling up. They are awarded by spending credits. You can see here a mod's basic crate, 20,000 credits. A mod's premium crate, 50,000 credits. A mixed crate, which will get you mods, cars, driver, apparel, and I don't know what the last one is. Car, driver gear, mods, and badges, apparently, is 70,000, 100,000, and then 150. And then above, you've also got Lucky Car Crate. Chance to win a legendary card. 300,000 credits. Only guaranteed legendary loot for your driver. 240. And so forth and so on. This is the only way to get the cosmetics. Yes, it is only cosmetics, but it is what it is. Before we go into a race and I show you guys a race, this is another thing that they decided to change this year. You have a notion of car collector. So when you start the game, you're going to be a common tier 1 collector. These are the cars that you can actually buy. No matter how much credit you have, these are the cars you can buy. Once you buy enough cars, and they'll all tell you, like, if you look in, for example, this one, Nissan 240SX, it's going to cost me 36,500 credits, which is kind of a really expensive price for a Nissan 240SX, but anyway. And it will boost my collector score by 65 if you look in the top right corner there, plus 65. Granted, the first tier, not that long. You get to tier 2. Tier 2, here's the cars you can buy in tier 2, and so forth and so on, and up to level 5. There is a way slightly around this. The way around that, you can, like previous games, you can go buy normal cars, which, again, is just going to propose all the cars by manufacturer. But a lot of them, you're going to notice, are locked because you don't meet the collector tier required. There's a way around that. There's a specialty dealer. Specialty dealer is going to be, right now, 3 cars. I don't know if there's a possibility of more. These you can buy no matter what. Yes, it is a super rare, but if I have the money, which I do not right now, I can buy this right now. The cars that are available by the specialty dealer are very limited. You can see it's hidden by my camera. Let me just move that. You can see there, these cars are going to be here for 5 days. After 5 days, this list is going to be refreshed and they're no longer there. Alright, let's see if we can even buy that 95 GTR. I don't think you can. $97, $93. So, apparently the specialty dealer is going to be cars that you can't even buy normally. So keep an eye out. I guess it's another way for them to keep you logging in and keeping an eye out. Let's go ahead and jump into a free play just so I can show you guys the graphics and the game in action. Here you go. We're going to pick Prague because it's one of my favorite tracks in Forza. Prague is back. Maple Valley is finally back. That's my other favorite track. You can play with the assists if you're doing single race. So let's just keep it at normal, but there you go. You do actually have quite a few options, and let's go race. Alright, and that's my other big beef with this game, is some of the loading times are horrendous. Here we are, we're gonna go start our race in Prague, if it lets us. Don't judge me, I am driving my 96 Eclipse GSX, which I got the obligatory Paul Walker tribute Fast and Furious 1 skin for. I like Fast and Furious, judge me, I don't care. So again, nicely enough detail, but, you know, nothing special. I have to see a side-by-side to compare, but I don't think this looks any really better than Forza 4, not Forza 4, but Forza 6. I don't think this looks any better than Forza 6. Drivatars are also back. That you can take that as a plus or a negative. I find they're still just as overly aggressive. They'll ram you for no reason. They'll break corners for no goddamn reason. It is what it is. It's kind of a staple of the series by now, I guess. Love it or hate it, I guess. It's here to stay, apparently. I can't say I'm a huge fan of the Drivatars. They drive me nuts. Like I said, they just break at unfortunate times. They're very aggressive for no reason. They'll ram you. They won't stay in their line. One thing that's new as well is the rain. I don't think rain was really a huge part of the older games. It was in 6, and it was in Horizon. It's very muted, very toned down. I don't see a difference at all when racing in the rain versus racing in like a bright sunny day. It doesn't seem to affect your traction very much, and I don't have very many assists on when I'm playing. I was told maybe it was the new friction assist that if you left that on, rain wouldn't have very much of a difference. That's not the case. I don't have that on. I'm just not seeing a big difference. There are a lot of graphical bugs apparently on the PC release. I have not installed it. Again, the Windows Store is garbage. I don't want to deal with that. But if you are a PC only kind of guy, keep that in mind. There are a lot of bugs with the PC version of this right now, apparently. Alright, so there you go. We just won a race. We're gonna have a look at what our bonuses gave us. And then we're just gonna wrap up this quick review. Keep in mind, the game just came out. I'm sure they're gonna patch a whole bunch of stuff in the next couple of weeks and months. There you go. So there you go. We won. We're in first place. Continue. There you go. So we won 15,000 from doing the race, and then our mods gave us an extra 18k on top of that. 2 of those were single use. They're now gone. Walk the line. We got 1 use out of it. We got our bonus XP and credits, and that's now still good for 2 more uses. The driver level is back. The difference is, instead of getting a spin that'll give you a random prize, you will always have an option of 3 things. Always credits, always a discount on a car. You'll see their discount on a Jaguar XJS. Discount of 60,000 credits. You still gotta pay 30,000 credits to get it. Or new driver gear, which is tech camouflage. Pink on top of it. Alright, so to wrap this up, we're just going to have another quick look at all the options. Free play is what we just did. There's obviously the single player, which is the Forza Drivers Cup. There's split screen if you want to play on the couch with one of your friends. And then obviously there's always going to be multiplayer. Leagues is coming soon. No idea what that's going to be, but you can kind of deduce. Multiplayer lobbies, they work. They're kind of buggy for now, but they work. Our cars, which is auction house, is coming soon on top of it. Paint and custom tunes, specialty dealers, buy car collection, and my garage, which are basically the same thing. And our progress. You can see your Drivatar stats if you really want to. In conclusion, is this a valuable entry into the Forza family? I could take it or leave it, to be honest with you guys. And like I said, I've been playing these since the very first one. I buy every single one of them, and I play them for months and months. Why do I say I could take or leave this one? I really, really, really don't like that thing that they did where every car you buy just gets auto upgraded to whatever the race that you're trying to use it for is. There's no way that I can see to turn that off. You can always just go into tuning, remove the mods you don't want, add the ones you do. It just feels like more work, and it just feels like they dumbed it down for the masses, which is not what we want out of a semi-sim racing. Yes, it's always been an option there if you buy a car and you try to go into a race that requires you to be a Class C500. It'll suggest, do you want to auto upgrade, yes or no. They kind of remove that from you this time. You have to put in the work to go around it. I don't like that. The fact you no longer get extra credit for the least amount of assists you use, the more credits you get. Again, it's just another little kind of dumb down that I don't like. I just don't think it's fair that someone who is playing with all the assists on is getting as many credits as someone who can play with all the assists off. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't mind the visual upgrades that you have to save up the credit for and like buy prize crates. I don't care about that. I can take that or leave that. Every game's doing that. I'm not bothered as long as it's only visual effects. The specialty dealers, another negative for me. I don't like the fact that even if I have all the credits in the world, that I can't buy these cars unless they are there in the specialty dealer. Will that keep me coming back just to buy stuff like this 95 Nismo GTR? Probably. Do I like that? Not really. Now I'm gonna have to play this to grind up to the 454,000 credits just to get this car in the next 5 days before it disappears. I don't know what the frequency is going to be. I don't know how often that's going to come back around. I don't know if it's a case of it's a once and one and done. I don't know. And I don't like that. I don't like the fact that there's cars out there that you might not be able to easily get access to. That all being said, I am still having fun with this game. To be honest with you guys, even if I wasn't, because it's an Xbox physical disc, I can't return it anyway. Did I convince myself that I'm enjoying it just because of the fact I'm stuck with it? Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I'm having fun. I'm still honestly having fun with this no matter what. I'm gonna keep playing this, hopefully get online with a couple of my friends a bit more often. And it is what it is. Is it my favorite in the Forza entry? No, by far not even close. Is it one of the best Forzas? No, it's not. If you're on the fence, I would say avoid this. Maybe check out Project Cars 2. Which does seem to be a very competent sim-esque entry. This just does not feel very sim-esque. This feels very arcadey, very noob-friendly, very approachable. On the complete other hand, if you're someone that's always been interested in this kind of game, but you've been avoiding because you don't want the super simmy, you don't want to have to know what upgrades to pick, you don't want to have to tune the cars to be competitive, then Forza 7 might be the Forza for you. That being said, like I said, I'm having fun. I'm going to keep playing this, and it is what it is. Kind of disappointing, but it's another Forza game.